Hey, good afternoon. This is Evelyn. Today I have my last video of my series of video for this amazing subject, English phonetics and phonology. This video is a questionnaire for our final exam, and I have the question number 1 that says, are all the vowels voiced or voiceless? Let me tell you guys that all vowels are voiced because there's no constriction of the airflow whenever you are producing a vowel sound. Question number 2 says, how can vowels be described? Vowels can be described by its heightness. That can be either high, mid, or low vowels. Its backness. That can be either front, central, or back vowels. It's rounding that describes the way your lips shapes. That can be either rounded, unrounded, or spread. And it's tenseness. That can be either relaxed or lax and tense. Question number 3. It says, draw the chart of English vowel sounds. And I have it in here. As you can see it, I have it high, mid, and low, front, central, and back. Question number 4 says, what does the distinctive quality of sound of any vowels result from? The distinctive quality of sounds of any vowels results from the position of the tongue, lips, and lower jaw. Question number 5 says, what is the major element of every syllable? It is the nucleus. Every syllable must have a nucleus, and the nucleus is a vowel. What is a diphthong? It's the combination of two adjacent vowel sounds within the same syllable. We have 3 major diphthongs in English, which is the A as in say, Oi as in boy, and I as in bike. Question number 7. What is the definition of syllable? It is a combination or set of one or more units of sounds in a language that must consist of sonorous elements, which is the vowel, and may or may not contain less sonorous elements or consonants. What are the standard 3 parts of a syllable? Do we always have them? A syllable contains as much as 3 parts. That can be the onset, the nucleus, and the coda. Question number 9 says, write examples of syllables with all 3 parts and examples missing some parts. I have an example of here in the word cat that has the onset, the nucleus, which is the vowel, and the coda. And I have another word, which is the word up, that has the nucleus and the coda. The onset is what it comes before the nucleus, which is the vowel, and the coda is whatever it comes after the nucleus or the vowel. Question number 10. What is the difference between open and closed syllable? The open syllable ends with a vowel, and the closed syllable ends with a consonant. The open syllable, since it ends on a vowel, it makes the vowel sound a little longer. And for the closed vowels, it makes the sound shorter. So we have the short sounds of vowels and the long sounds of the vowel in each word. So that's the reason why it's opened and closed, because one is longer and the other one is shorter. So we have the question number 11. It says, how can you count the numbers of syllables on English words? Personally, I do it by listening each vowel sound and separating them by syllables. Sometimes people do it by clapping or using the jaw every time you open. And every time you touch your jaw with the hands, it's because there's a syllable. But I rather do it using the vowel, because since the vowel is always the major part of the syllable, you will always have a nucleus or vowel in each syllable. What is the difference between monosyllabic and polysyllabic words? Monosyllabic words contains one syllable, syllable contains onset, nucleus, and coda. Sometimes it doesn't. And polysyllabic words contains more than one syllable. What is dialect? Dialect is a variety of a language that signal where a person comes from. I might say as well that dialect is a linguistic variety of a language that is characterized of a particular area, community, or group of people, often with relatively minor difference in vocabulary. Question 14 says, what is the difference between dialect and language? Language can be used to refer either to a single linguistic norm or to a group of related norms. And dialect refers to one of the norms. So let's say that we have the Spanish, and since I'm Dominican, I speak Dominican Spanish. Dominican Spanish is a dialect from Spanish. Question 15 says, what is pronunciation? What are its major elements? Pronunciation is the way a word or language is spoken, or manner in which someone utters a word. Its major element is the syllable as well. Question 17 that says, what is accent? It is a certain form of a language spoken by a subgroup of speakers of that specific language. Accent is just a variation in pronunciation. We have question 18 that says, what is a stress? A stressed sound is generally louder, longer, and at a higher pitch. So stress is the way some words or syllables are pronounced. What is rhythm? It's the sense of movement in speech, marked by the stress, timbre, and quantity of syllables. Rhythm is made by stressing and unstressing syllables. What is intonation? It's primarily a manner of a variation in the pitch level of voice. What is elision? It's the omission of one or more sounds in a word or phrase that can be either vowel, consonant, or syllable. This is used in casual English. So this was all. I hope you have enjoyed all my videos. I know that some of them I've been like very nice looking and some of them I'm not. But I'm just home and I hope you all have enjoyed. Thank you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of the day.